Top 10 Famous Movies. In case you couldn't tell, we love movies. Heck, who doesn't? Trouble is, not everyone loves the same movies. That's probably fairly obvious. But it's what makes putting together a list of the greatest movies of all time a particularly fraught assignment. Tastes in cinema vary wildly, of course, and one person's Citizen Kane is another's Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, or vice versa. So then, why bother even attempting to rank the best movies ever made at all? Well, perhaps it's best not to think of this, or any list, for that matter, as any attempt at solidifying any sort of canon. Really, think of it more as a jumping-off point. If you're enough of a cineast to claim to have seen every movie here already, maybe think of it as a way to rethink your own personal rankings and challenge your own preconceived notions about what makes any movie one of the go-hits. And if you're filling in the gaps of your movie knowledge, or heck, just starting to build it, this is a tremendous place to start. Because this is a list that covers a lot of ground. Over 100 years, multiple countries, and just about every genre you can imagine. From monolithic blockbusters, to treasured cult classics, ridiculous comedies, to freaky horror, sweaty palm thrillers, to eye-popping action flicks. But before we begin, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for such amazing and informative videos. 1. A Space Odyssey. The greatest film ever made began with the meeting of two brilliant minds, Stanley Kubrick and sci-fi seer Arthur C. Clarke. I understand he's a nut who lives in a tree in India somewhere, noted Kubrick when Clarke's name came up, along with those of Isaac Asimov, Robert A. Heinlein, and Ray Bradbury, as a possible writer for his planned sci-fi epic. Clarke was actually living in Ceylon, not in India or a tree, but the pair met, hit it off, and forged a story of technological progress and disaster, Hello, HAL, that's steeped in humanity, in all its brilliance, weakness, courage, and mad ambition. An audience of stoners, wowed by its eye-candy Stargate sequence and pioneering visuals, adopted it as a pet movie. 2. The Godfather. From the wise guys of Goodfellas to The Sopranos, all crime dynasties that came after The Godfather are descendants of the Corleones. Francis Ford Coppola's magnum opus is the ultimate patriarch of the mafia genre. A monumental opening line, "I believe in America," sets the operatic Mario Puzo adaptation in motion, before Coppola's epic morphs into a chilling dismantling of the American dream. The corruption-soaked story follows a powerful immigrant family grappling with the paradoxical values of race and religion. Those moral contradictions are crystallized in a legendary baptism sequence, superbly edited in parallel to the murdering of four rivaling dons. 3. Citizen Kane. Back in the headlines thanks to David Fincher's brilliantly acerbic making of Drama Mank, Citizen Kane always finds a way to renew itself for a new generation of film lovers. For newbies, the journey of its bulldozer of a protagonist, played with inexhaustible force by actor-director wunderkind Orson Welles, from unloved child to thrusting entrepreneur to press baron to populist, feels entirely au-current. In unconnected news, Donald Trump came out as a superfan. 4. Jeanne Dillman. 23. Quai du Commerce, 1080 Bruxelles. Long considered a feminist masterpiece, Chantal Akerman's quietly ruinous portrait of a widow's daily routine, her chores slowly yielding to a sense of pent-up frustration, should take its rightful place on any all-time list. This is not merely a niche film, but a window onto a universal condition, depicted in a concentrated structuralist style. More hypnotic than you may realize, Akerman's uninterrupted takes turn the simple acts of dredging veal or cleaning the bathtub into subtle critiques of movie-making itself. Pointedly, we never see the sex work Jeanne schedules in her bedroom to make ends meet. Lulling us into her routine, Akerman and actor Delphine Seyrig create an extraordinary sense of sympathy rarely matched by other movies. 5. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Starting with a dissolve from the Paramount logo and ending in a warehouse inspired by Citizen Kane, Raiders of the Lost Ark celebrates what movies can do more joyously than any other film. Intricately designed as a tribute to the craft, Steven Spielberg's funnest blockbuster has it all: rolling boulders, a barroom brawl, a sparky heroine, Karen Allen, who can hold her liquor and lose her temper, a treacherous monkey, a champagne-drinking villain, Paul Freeman, snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? Cinema's greatest truck chase and a barnstorming supernatural final where heads explode. 6. La Dolce Vita. Made in the middle of Italy's boom years, Federico Fellini's runaway box office hit came to define heated glamour and celebrity culture for the entire planet. It also made Marcello Mastroianni a star. Here he plays a gossip journalist caught up in the frenzied, freewheeling world of Roman nightlife. Ironically, the movie's portrayal of this milieu as vapid and soul-corrodingly hedonistic appears to have passed many viewers by. Perhaps that's because Fellini films everything with so much cinematic verve and wit that it's often hard not to get caught up in the delirious happenings on screen. 7. Seven Samurai. It's the easiest 207 minutes of cinema you'll ever sit through. On the simplest of frameworks, a poor farming community pools its resources to hire samurai to protect them from the brutal bandits who steal its harvest. Akira Kurosawa mounts a finely drawn epic, by turns absorbing, funny, and exciting. Of course, the action sequences stir the blood. The final showdown in the rain is unforgettable. But this is really a study in human strengths and foibles. Toshiro Mifune is superb as the half-crazed, self-styled samurai. But it's Takashi Shimura's Yoda-like leader who gives the film its emotional center. Since replayed in the Wild West, The Magnificent Seven, in space, Battle Beyond the Stars, and even with animated insects, A Bug's Life, the original still reigns supreme. Ian Freer. 8. In the Mood for Love. Can a film really be an instant classic? Anyone who watched In the Mood for Love when it was released in 2000 may have said yes. The second this love story opens, you sense you are in the hands of a master. Wong Kar-wai guides us through the narrow streets and stairs of 60s Hong Kong and into the lives of two neighbors, Maggie Chung and Tony Leung, who discover their spouses are having an affair, as they imagine and partly reenact. How their partners might be behaving, they fall for each other while remaining determined to respect their wedding vows. Loaded with longing, the film benefits from no less than 3 cinematographers, who together create an intense sense of intimacy, while the faultless performances shiver with sexual tension. This is cinema. Anna Smith. 9. There Will Be Blood. On the road to becoming the most significant filmmaker of the last 20 years, Paul Thomas Anderson transformed from a Scorsese chronicler of debauched LA life into a hard-nosed investigator of the American confidence man. The pivotal point was There Will Be Blood, an epic about a certain kind of hustler, the oil baron and prospector. Daniel Plainview is, in the final analysis, an ultra-scary Daniel Day-Lewis who will drink your milkshake. Scored by Radiohead's Johnny Greenwood, himself emerging as a major composer, Anderson's mournful epic is the true heir to Chinatown's bone-deep cynicism. As Phantom Thread makes clear, Anderson hasn't lost his sense of humor, not by a long shot. But there once was a moment when he needed to get serious, and this is it. Joshua Rothkopf. 10. Singin' in the Rain. Forget the artist, sorry Uggy, and relish instead the sheer, serotonin-enhancing verve of MGM's glorious epitaph to cinema's silent era. Its trio of dancers, rubber-faced and heeled, Donald O'Connor, sparkling newcomer Debbie Reynolds, and co-director and headline act Gene Kelly, are a triple threat, nailing the stellar songs, intricate and physically demanding dance routines, and selling all the comic beats with consummate skill. But kudos also belongs to Betty Comden and Adolph Green, whose effervescent screenplay provides the beat for the spectacle to move to, and Jessica Hagen, whose often overlooked turn as croaky silent star Lena Lamont is the movie's funny sad counterpoint. Not forgetting co-director Stanley Donen, who was always happy to let his stars take the credit, but deserves an equal share for a musical that never puts a foot wrong. Phil de Semline. Did you learn something new about top movies that you didn't know before? We hope you did. So if you're interested in learning more amazing facts, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to get notified by our new videos. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to comment down your views on this. Thanks for watching till the end.